Hello and welcome to another Demon 212 PC review. Today I'm going to be taking a look at Rayman Legends, which if you've never played it before, it's a platformer. It's a sequel to the amazing Rayman Origins, which really was, as far as I'm concerned, one of the best platformers that's ever existed. I absolutely adore that game so much. And Legends, as far as I'm concerned, betters it in virtually every single way. As a platformer, the sections, the levels, the way it's done, the design, just everything about this is just bigger and better. It really is. At the start, you can go into new game, you can go into your options, which when you're on a PC, you can choose your resolution, you can view your controls, which I personally recommend playing with a controller, because I really don't see how you'd be able to play this with a keyboard. It would just be terrible, I really do think so. I'm just going to go into continue. I'm not exactly miles of the way into the game for the same reason that I see all the time. I don't want to spoil anything, show anything off that would annoy people, because part of the amazingness of this game is viewing like exploring it, viewing it, finding it, seeing what the new designs are like over changing the different worlds and that. It's just one of those things that it is all about the experience, I suppose. As you might notice, there's the odd graphical glitch in that here and there, and hopefully it's something that will be patched out early on. Probably my biggest problem with the game is the horrible glitch called Uplay, which they insist on having, even though I bought the game on Steam, and I just don't get why it forces you to create an account, log into an account. It's just like, I mean, how do they really think people playing on Steam are all hackers and thieves or something? Is there any need to put another DRM barrier in there? Anyway, there's nothing much I can really whinge on about Uplay. All it is you just create an account, and once you're done, I suppose you're done. On here, like the main hub type thing, as you can already probably see, there's the heroes section where you can go in and unlock characters and play as them and that. You've got your challenges, which I'll probably go into them a little bit. You've got Kung Foot, which is just like a mini game multiplayer thing where you play football or soccer for our American friends. You've then got the Origins section, which is quite cool because they've included a load of levels from Rayman Origins redone in the new graphics with the new enemies and the new I think it's teensies they call them on this one. Last time it was Electoons and Lums and that, and this it's teensies, I believe. You've then got the ability to scratch a lucky ticket to create paintings and that. But for now, I'm just mainly going to actually jump into an actual good old-fashioned platforming level. There's multiple worlds throughout the game. I believe there's 6 overall, and then also the Origins stuff, and each world has a handful of levels, and it's just a pretty massive game considering it's you know, a platformer. And apologies for stuttering there and freezing up, as you might have noticed if you rewind it. I'm pretty sure I've got an invader in here and something just flew past the camera lens. So if you saw that and you're thinking, Jesus, that looks realistic, it's not in the game. Anyway, if you didn't, let's just forget it. So, as I was saying, each of the levels and that has like a handful, sorry, each of the worlds has a handful of levels, and then you've also got all the other stuff, and overall it is a pretty massive game. It's something that you're going to want to replay in order to better your scores, and in order to find all the secrets and find all the teensies, as I said. I think that's what they're calling them, and they say it's just one of those things that you will have to play the game an awful lot. I don't think anyone out there will be able to 100% every single level the first time they play it. It's also obviously got 4-player co-op or 5-player hindrance if you're playing on the Wii U. The reason I call it 5-player hindrance is because I absolutely detest Murphy, and it's why I bought the PC version. That and the fact that it was £25 and you got Origins free, which meant I could sell the PlayStation 3 version, so this has only actually cost me £12. And for a game as amazing as this, that really can't be complained about at all. But for those who don't know, for those who are blissfully ignorant of the Wii U and the way it works, Murphy is this little green thing, and on the Wii U, I would now have to look on a gamepad and I would have to touch the screen and interact, and while in theory that sounds okay, the fact that it would then remove me from the game and literally, I'm playing 2-player here, it would then turn it into a 1-player game. If I was playing 1-player, it would turn it into a 0-player game, and I'm really not kidding with that. It's the sort of thing that I just don't understand why it was really created or anything. It's something that feels like it was shoehorned in for the Wii U, and I'm so glad that when they announced the other versions, it at least meant that I'd be able to play the game, because I really did hate playing as Murphy. Whereas on this, he's still in it, but he's not a hindrance at all. Basically, any one of you that's playing can push the button, which in this is the Y button, and it just it works so much better. Instead of playing the game and all of a sudden one of you is taken out of the game, or if you're playing 4-player and you've got a 5th person working on the gamepad, instead of having to slice and move and push the platforms, which will get some people killed because they'll say, well, I wasn't ready yet, and you know, things like that. Instead, it's something that you can all sit and just like go, right, we're all on the platform, I'll hit the Y button now, the platform will move. It just works so much better, it really does. It's just one of those things, though, that either way the game is fantastic, and if you can only get it on the Wii U, then either way I'm going to recommend it, because at the end of the day there's not much coming out on the Wii U, as you might have heard me say many a time over my recent vids like Wonderful 101 and Pikmin, so it's nothing at all that you turn your nose up at. But if you've got the options and you've got the ability to play it on a system other than the Wii U, then I strongly recommend one of the other versions, because I just think Murphy for the Wii U takes away from the game. For the other systems, it kind of makes it better. I really like the interaction of it, and it's just a shame that there's not even an option to use it like this, as far as I am aware, on the Wii U version. No one's mentioned it, no one's said it. I could be about be standing corrected in my orthopedic shoes, as the old saying goes, you know. I could be just like completely wrong and they've fixed it and they've made it marvellous for the Wii U, but at the same time it wasn't a risk I was going to take, because I'd have much rather been able to play the game properly, and that's what I'm able to do here. So, enough warbling on about Murphy and how horrid he is. Let's get on to what actually makes this game as fantastic. If you've ever played Origins, you'll know right from the get-go what to expect. I honestly think it's nothing like any of the other Rayman games, and that's both a good thing and a bit of a shame, because the old Rayman games were good, but this is just so much better. I mean, it's literally, I've not seen a character reinvented as well in years. It's the sort of thing that it's almost as if they looked at it and they thought, well, we've got the old Rayman fan base, but we want to get a new Rayman fan base whilst appeasing them. It's almost like when Resident Evil came out with Resi 4, it drastically changed it, and you immediately had a load of people on one side saying it was awful, and then a load of people on another side saying it was great, and you had very few of the old fans saying that it was amazing, and I unfortunately was one of those. I was never keen on it. Whereas with this, I genuinely think that they've pretty much done everything right. They've managed to make it so that fans of platformers in general will just be able to play it and enjoy the game. Graphically, it is absolutely astounding. It's one of the best looking 2D games I've ever seen, and I have said for many a year, and will continue to say, that 2D games can honestly look much better than 3D games, because you just get so much more detail and depth, even though you're losing a dimension on a technicality. And it's just one of those things. I will always forever be in debt to 2D games like Castlevania and anything else that just looks astounding, and I can now add Rayman onto the list, and I cannot wait for the new Ubisoft game that's going to be done on the same engine as this, because it's just like immediately when I heard that I thought, well, I don't care what the game is, I'm going to have to buy it now. I mean, it could be a hack and slash gory shooter or something, you know, some sort of weird thing like that, but if it's going to look beautiful in 2D, then I'm definitely going to get it. I have kind of been warbling on, and to that I do apologise, but it's because the game does require a lot of concentration, what with the interaction, and I thought one of the best ways to probably explain the game to people who haven't seen it before is just by playing a bit of a level and going at it at a slow pace, so you can... It's not the sort of thing that I didn't want to do a video where I rushed through A to B and left people thinking, well, what the hell did he actually do there? So even things like this, you've seen my brother dying, and you've seen how you resurrect them. It's quite easy, you just either jump on them or hit them and that. There are parts where you don't need to use Murphy, and I don't know why he's there. It makes you wonder why, like, they didn't just put a regular platform. But at the same time, there's parts when you have to use it, and you have to make sure you're moving forward together, and sometimes it's as simple as this, where moving forward one at a time. So it is a much slower paced experience, I suppose, which is great for if you're a family gamer playing with your young kids. But at the same time, if you're all playing on the same wavelength, it's the sort of thing that can be played not so much competitively, but it can be played with that same killer instinct that you would want to play a game with, where it's just like, right, let's see how fast we can get through this whilst getting all the secrets and that. And I just think they've got the balance of the gameplay and everything perfect with it. I just really do love everything about it, as you might have been able to guess. Musically, it is astounding, just like the last time. The system and how it works with getting trophies and that by collecting certain amounts of lums and that, the system of finding and the I want to say Electoons again, and I'm too used to the old game, finding the teensies that are hidden around. It is just, it's got everything in there to make this something that you're going to play again and again and again. I really don't think there's going to be many people at all who'll either play through the levels just once or play through getting the bare bones minimum, because it's just so much fun and so enjoyable that you're going to want to go back and better your scores. You're going to want to go back and just experience it again. And I think that's what I love so much about the Origin levels being included as well, because it's just great to go back to the older game and to experience it all over again. They've managed to do something which very few people do, and I've just realised I'm too busy talking, I've put the wrong blooming level on. Anyway, I am probably going to shut up now for just a little bit of the music, because other than warbling on for another 12 hours about how awesome this game is, I don't really know what else I can actually say about it. So I'll just reiterate the important things. It is a huge platformer that can be played 4-player, 5-player if you're playing the Wii U version, although again I strongly recommend any of the other versions. And it is just like an amazing game overall. It's magic. It's the closest thing that you can come to like playing an original Mario Bros game. It really is. Well, that was a bit of the music and also some of the Kung Foot game that I did say I'd show off. I do at least have one of these scratch cards now, so I'm just going back to simply show you the gist of it and how it works. I can also mention the challenges. Anyone who saw the last kind of Rayman Legends vid I did was actually just about the challenges, because it was the challenges app on the Wii U, and it is part of the full game. And they just included it at the Wii U early as an app to apologise for pushing it back. So if you have played that already, then you already know pretty much everything about it. But if you haven't, it's Well, it's just basically you'll get daily challenges that change every, well, day obviously. By beating them you get different levels of awesomeness, which then allow you to unlock more challenges during the day, and it's a nice little thing. It's nothing amazing, it's nothing that's going to keep you coming back. I've seen a few people say this will keep me coming back for day after day, but I bet you after a week or so you'll probably just give up and think, well, I'd rather just play the regular game rather than this, you know. It's just one of those things though. It's not for everyone, but at the same time there will be some people who do absolutely love it. I might as well quickly go into this one here, seeing as it is the daily challenge and it will be gone by the time this video is uploaded, most likely. So, the never-ending pits, grab them quickly. That's basically all it says. And to be fair, I think I went into the score part rather than actually playing the game. So unless I jump here, yes, I jumped there. So yeah, might as well just finish with a little bit of this. So I've not really got anything else left to actually say about it. So this is essentially going to be a extended music bit. So there we go then. That's been the review. I hope you found it helpful. I don't score the games because that's based purely on opinion, so instead I'll leave you to make your own mind up. So thanks for watching, and if you've got any questions about the game that I didn't answer in the vid or that hasn't been answered in the comments, then feel free to ask and I'll help if I can. Also, if you did find it helpful, don't forget to check out my channel because there's plenty more like this up there, and don't forget to subscribe because there'll be plenty more to come as well. So until next time, this has been Demon212, signing off.